Today, I'd like to show you how to make tempura, one of the most popular Japanese dishes. Tempura is simply any seafood or vegetables dipped into special batter and deep fried. The batter is usually made by mixing wheat flour, eggs, and water. Although it may seem like an easy dish to make, tempura is considered to be a difficult dish that can vary in taste depending on the skill of the chef. But today, I will show you some tips so that you can make it easily and well. So please enjoy! You can use various vegetables for tempura, but it's best to use vegetables that pair with the season. It is important to use seasonal vegetables in washoku dishes. Therefore, it's a good idea to make tempura using summer vegetables in the summer and winter vegetables in the winter. Today, I will use sweet potatoes, carrots, and green beans grown in my garden. Later, I will show you how to make your favorite shrimp tempura and kakiyage, which is a popular style of tempura. First, cut root vegetables such as sweet potatoes and carrots into round slices with a thickness of about 0.2 inches. If you cut it too thick, it will take time for the core to cook and the outer batter will burn. If it is cut too thin, it will be difficult to feel the texture and taste of the vegetable. After cutting them, it is important to put them in the fridge to keep them cold. Second, you will make the tempura batter. Break an egg into a bowl and stir well to mix the egg white and yolk. Pour right amount of cold water into it and mix well again. After sieving the flour, mix it in with the egg liquid. An important thing to know is that gluten is made as flour mixes with water. If you mix too much, the gluten will grow and the batter will become sticky when fried instead of crispy. To prevent this, mix the flour and the egg liquid by tapping with a whisk like this. Gluten is made as the temperature goes high, which is why the water needs to be cold. Mixing is done. There is still the flour left, but this is just the right mixing. As I said earlier, gluten is said to be produced when water and flour are mixed. Therefore, you should use the tempura batter as soon as you make it. It is better to make the batter after preparing the vegetables, just before starting fried cooking. Let's fry the vegetables. I will use sunflower oil today, since I prefer it over other oils. The choice of oil depends on the chef's preference. For example, sunflower oil, canola oil are generally used. These oils are suitable for tempura because they can be fried crisply and easily. However, since the flavor is light, many chefs mix some sesame oil to add richness and flavor. Temperature control is very important for frying tempura. It is said that 340 to 355 degrees is suitable for frying seafood, and 320 to 340 degrees is suitable for frying vegetables. Some people use an oil thermometer, but to easily check the temperature, put a little batter on chopsticks and drop it in heated water. If it sinks to the bottom of the pot and immediately rises to the surface, it should be around 340 degrees. It is said that it is about 355 degrees if it rises to the surface as soon as it sinks to the bottom. If it doesn't sink at all, it would be over 375 degrees. First, dry the surface of the vegetables thoroughly with a paper towel. If water remains, the batter will easily come off from the vegetables. Next, sprinkle wheat flour over the vegetables and remove excess flour. Then, put on the batter and put it in oil. You can prevent the batter from coming off by applying flour to the surface. If you fry a lot of ingredients at once, the temperature of the oil will drop, and since it will be cooked in oil for a long time and become oily tempura, please fry it to about half of the surface at once to keep the temperature constant. Since the ingredients will easily stick to each other, please fry them apart so that the ingredients do not stick. When the batter turns golden brown and the bubbles around the batter become smaller, it is complete. Take it out of the oil and place it on the paper towel to absorb excess oil. Now, I will show you how to make your favorite shrimp tempura. If you fry the shrimp just by putting the butter as we did on vegetables, it will curd up like this. I think you wanna eat straight and nice shrimp tempura like this. There is a certain way to make shrimp that way. First, leave the tail and peel the other shells. Next, cut open the back with a knife and remove the digestive tract. Next, make a few diagonal cuts in the abdomen. At this time, if you cut it too deeply, it will be torn off, so make it about 1/3 deep. Then, turn the shrimp over, belly down, and use your fingers to push from above. This will break the muscle. From here, just like the method of frying vegetables explained earlier, add flour and then butter, then fry in oil. You can make shrimp tempura softer and tastier by frying at a slightly higher temperature than the temperature for frying vegetables. When the oil around the shrimp is running low and it turns golden brown, just leave the tail in the oil and remove it from the oil. By doing this, you can fry the tail crisply. Next is how to make kakiyage. First, cut the onion in half and cut it into thin slices. Then, mix the carrot leaves together. You can mix various ingredients for kakiyage, so please mix your favorite ingredients. Then, sprinkle with flour and mix the butter. Sometimes, people mix a lot of butter because they are worried that the ingredients will fall apart in the oil, but doing so ruins the flavor. Therefore, it is just right that butter is mixed in the whole. And like shrimp, it's better to fry at a slightly higher temperature. When one side turns golden brown, turn it upside down. It's done! How is it? The tempura looks very tasty. There are two ways to eat tempura. You can add salt directly, or you can use a dipping sauce. Salt is good if you want to enjoy the natural taste of the vegetables, but it is also common to add dipping sauce. I will also show you how to make typical dipping sauce for tempura. The sauce is called tentsuyu in Japanese. You can easily make a batch of this at home. Just take half a cup of mirin, half a cup of soy sauce, 2 cups of dashi stock. If you do not have dashi stock at hand, you may use half a teaspoon of dashi granules instead. Add each ingredient to a pot until the mixture boils. This is a basic, easy recipe for tentsuyu, but you may adjust or exchange other ingredients as you please. If you do not have mirin, for instance, or you don't like the strength of its taste or smell, you may replace it with some sake and sugar. As I said, tempura can be eaten by itself, dipped in tentsuyu, or mixed into other dishes such as soups and rice bowls. What's most important is that tempura is consumed right after it's fried so that it is experienced in its peak delicious state, crunchy, piping hot, and bursting with flavor. Here are important instructions. First, dry ingredients with a paper towel. Second, keep the butter and ingredients cold. Third, do not mix too much flour with the egg liquid. Fourth, put the flour on the ingredients. Fifth, keep the oil temperature stable. Today, I also shared the recipe of the butter, but not all butter is the same. Some use rice flour, all-purpose flour, potato starch, baking powder, and the mingling match of all the some. What should you use? It all depends on personal preference as well as experiments. So please try your own tempura.